Good evening, everyone. It's me again. I know it's been a while. I've had quite a busy couple of weeks. Anyway, we are here again, and it is Thursday evening. I just want to prepare dinner. Tonight on the menu is Spaghetti Bolognese. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. And to be assisting me today is my super duper assistant.
Hello, my name is Manuel, and I'm making
Spaghetti
bolognese
with
bolognese.
Thank you, darling. Well, as I said earlier, we'll be making spaghetti bolognese, but my version is not gonna. Well, I'm not going to be using minced meat today. I'm going to be using corned beef for the spaghetti. I've got my ingredients laid out as usual. I've got two tins of 400 grams chopped tomatoes. I've got hot pepper. I may end up using one of them. I've got chopped onions in here. I've got two small bulb of chopped onions in there. I've got 2 cubes of no chicken seasoning.
Stop it!
And I've got salt to taste. I've got mixed herbs, bay leaves. I'm going to use a couple of those in the sauce. And in addition to my chopped tomatoes, I'm going to be using tomato paste or whatever it is called. This has got some hot chili in it. That's why I'm not going to use this too hot pepper. And my main ingredient, spaghetti. I've got that, spaghetti noodles. This is 500 grams. I'm going to require more than 500 grams. I've got some in my storage jar. So I'm probably going to require about 2 packs of this. Alright. And in my saucepan, I've got hot water already boiling. In this hot water, I'm going to add some salt, about 2 tablespoons. In another saucepan, I place another saucepan on the burner, and I'm going to add a dash of sunflower oil. I already added 2 tablespoonfuls of salt in this water. I'm now going to add my spaghetti. The water is already boiled, so. In my spaghetti, I'll be adding about 1 tablespoonful of butter. This is to ensure that the spaghetti doesn't stick together. So, my oil is heating up now in my saucepan. I'm now going to add my onions. In a small mortar, I've got my hot pepper, so I'm going to mash it in this small mortar. You can chop yours if you want, or even use grounded pepper instead. But this is how I want mine to be tonight. My spaghetti is boiling. I'm going to leave it in there for a few more minutes to boil, at least until when the spaghetti is about half cooked. And I'll take it out and drain it. My onions have been sauteing for about 2 minutes. Now it's now time for me to pour in my chopped tomatoes. I'm now going to add my crushed pepper, my crushed hot pepper. I'm now going to stir this together and cover and allow to cook for about 10 minutes. This is because it's raw tomatoes, so I need it to cook first with the pepper. So I'm going to cover it up now and allow it to cook for about 10 minutes. Whilst my tomato sauce is cooking in medium heat, I'm going to turn off the heat in my spaghetti and drain it. It's parboiled now, so I'm going to drain it and set aside for when I need it. My tomato sauce has been boiling for about 5 minutes. In the middle of the 10 minutes, it's been boiling for about 5 minutes now. I'm going to add my bay leaves and then my mixed herbs.
Herbs are made out of leaves, different kinds of leaves.
And also my no chicken seasoning. I don't know if you can see properly. My no chicken seasoning. Be adding 1 teaspoon of salt. Don't know if you can see that. It's 1 teaspoon. Don't know why it's so difficult. Yeah, 1 teaspoon of salt. I may add more depending on how it tastes when I add the other sauce. Stir for everything to properly incorporate.
It's time for no, it's not. It's time for yeah. Yes.
And then cover and allow to simmer for the remainder of the 10 minutes, which is about 5 minutes left. My sauce now have been boiling for about 10 minutes, and this is how I want it to be. It's been cooked now, so I'm now going to add the tinned tomato sauce. It is Lloyd Grossman tomato and chili, succulent sun-ripened tomatoes combined with fiery red chilies. So I'm going to add it to that to add more sauce to my tomato. That's my tomato sauce as it stands. Because I've only just added the tin one, I'm going to leave it to simmer again together for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's been boiling now for about 5 minutes. I'm now going to add my corned beef. That's my corned beef already added. I'm going to try to crush it into small bits. That's my corned beef all mashed in. I'm going to check now for taste. See whether I require more seasoning. And you know, corned beef already has its own content of salt, so it's very important that I check for taste before I add anything else. Taste is good. Very quite. I think it needs a bit more seasoning, so I'm going to add
some jumbo.
1 teaspoonful of my jumbo chicken stock bouillon, or whatever it is called. Just 1 teaspoon, because I'm going to add spaghetti now, so I want everything to just blend in together. That's 1 teaspoon. Stir.
It tastes like chicken. It's nice. Ow!
It's now time for me to add in my drained spaghetti.
It's not just your table.
That's my spaghetti bolognese. All done. And it's now time to serve.
Bon appetit!
My children are already stretching out their plates.
Bon appetit!
That's my spaghetti bolognese all done. Made with corned beef. Spaghetti bolognese made with corned beef as opposed to minced beef. It's yummy.